On to you, Capricorn. So you have the King of Swords, the Knight of Wands, Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Tower, Scorpio, and Taurus. The Ace of Cups, the Magician, and last but not least, you have the Justice. So a lot of you Capricorns, right? The King of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Page of Pentacles. This very much so speaks about okay. This very much so speaks about how when you Capricorns go out on dates, right? Whether it's recent or whenever it is that you go out on dates, a lot of people usually want to know why it is that you're single. And you know, the King of Swords, you know exactly why. Okay, the reason why is because, especially if you're a Capricorn and you're on point, you're not one of the lower Capricorns that's trying to lord over another person with fame and power and wealth. You know the reason why. The reason why is because a lot of people, they don't know exactly what it is that they want, but they call themselves wanting a relationship, right? There has to be sacrifices in a relationship, right? If a person is a business orientated individual, like you Capricorns are, like Cancers are, right? If a person is business minded, then they're not necessarily going to have all the time in the world to spend time with them. Now, on the flip side, now, if you're in a position where the person didn't have a whole lot to going for them, they would have 1,000,001 years to hang out with the significant other, right? So it's a give and a take. And the thing about it is that the Page of Pentacles, this is something that a lot of people may not necessarily really grasp. They may not really understand. So the Eight of Wands and the King of Pentacles is all about how, since that's the case, a lot of you really want to just kind of let that be known, right? Whenever it is that someone, I ain't gonna say every single time, but when you're out on a date and people ask you, right? Or maybe for future references, when you're dating them and they're asking you, right? Why is it that things haven't necessarily worked out? Tell them the truth, because the truth is that you Capricorns are right. Most people, when it comes to, most people are really not ready to be in relationships. If I'm keeping it 100 with you, because when people really find out, right, in the modern day era, 2023, what it is that a person needs to do in order for them to be in a functional relationship, one side, right, a lot of times usually has to sacrifice their dreams, in order to make it work. Because right, and the King of Pentacles, because you're in a situation, right? You're in a situation, Capricorn, where, because what it is that when you usually have two people who have jobs, they make their own income, they don't necessarily see everything the same way, right? And you have people that talk about how they're strong, how they're independent, and that's cool, right? But at the same time, they let that go to their head, and they do a little bit too much. They're doing too much now. So the modern day era, we have a situation where a lot of times both people in a relationship, regardless of whatever you're into, it's a power struggle, right? As opposed to sharing the power, right? And both of them not be out of their minds and not be crazy. It becomes a power struggle to where it's more along the lines of who has all the power and who has none. And that's not true. So the Hierophant now represents, so a lot of you Capricorns are dating, right, to really get to know a person that you can build something long-term with. Again, that's not tripping out about having to actually do anything, right? Or not tripping out. Also, that's not with the power struggle, right? You're trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's always some nonsense. You're trying to get to know them, and it's always some gobbledygook. But the Tower and the Ace of Cups represents, as a result of this, you Capricorns, you're ready to walk away from someone if it just doesn't work out. The Magician and the Justice is about how, because you already have other things to do, you have other responsibilities, and a person most definitely is going to have to sacrifice and understand that and not play games. And what I mean when I say sacrifice, I mean one of the things that they're going to have to sacrifice, right? The Justice, the Magician, one of the things that they're going to have to sacrifice is the game plan, right? You can't be out here with the games and playing the games, and a functional relationship is going to come out of that. So let's clarify the Justice. Let's clarify the Justice. You have the Hermit. Wow, a lot of Virgo energy. Queen of Cups, the World. There you go. There's Capricorn. And then you have the Eight of Swords, right? So the Hermit, right, and the Queen of Cups, for you Capricorns, right? The Hermit represents, to clarify the Justice, yeah, like if, before you enter into a very dysfunctional relationship, you'd rather just be by yourself. And that's part of the reason why you're single in the first place. It's not, right? When people want to know, the rabbit hole goes deeper than just, oh, it just doesn't work out, right? And like, the Queen of Cups, the World, a lot of people haven't necessarily been able to listen to your story and really understand it, that you're a person that's striving to be functional in a dysfunctional world, right? But the world, you're trying to do the best that you can to make sure that you don't end up dysfunctional, right? And the Eight of Swords, while still maintaining to do the right thing, right? Given an impossible choice in the moment of what the right thing is. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe.